Aaron Judge has been on fire this season, and he's on pace to win his second career MVP, but today he's got a big problem because I'm resetting all of his stats to 0 overall. In this video, I have to get Judge back up to a perfect 99 overall, but also complete all of these challenges in 5 seasons, and that's going to be very tough because the only way for Judge to improve is by spinning this magic wheel whenever he has a good game. Getting the first wheel spin will definitely be the hardest part because every single one of this guy's stats are 0 besides from a few boosts from our staff, but at least one base hit is all it's going to take for him to earn a wheel spin, and it's very clear that's easier said than done, as that was a pitch to hit that he's going to pop up. That was an ugly first showing against the Astros, and obviously this team changed very fast when their best player became their worst, because while Judge is a very bad hitter, his fielding might be even more insufferable. We are absolutely screwed if we have to make a throw at any point, and here's an opportunity as Yordan Alvarez hits it right at us. The runner is heading for third base, and there is no way we have a pool noodle arm. We might not win a game with a center fielder like that because we're so bad that we're basically giving runners a free base every single time. I do not know how the heck we're gonna complete these challenges, but finally Judge got one to hit, so I'm very glad we earned an upgrade in only our second game, as this has actually hit pretty well into right center field. Even though it didn't get down, I really hope it gives us some more momentum moving forward because it looks like our team could really use it. Now we just need to hope the wheel doesn't land on no boost, and for the first spin we actually got a very solid upgrade of +10 to all hitting, which immediately jumps Judge up to 7 overall. Making Aaron Judge the worst player in baseball was a very bad decision because look at how slow he is out in the field, and it results in the easiest triple ever. To make things even worse though, we are getting smoked by every team we face off against, so it's fair to say that if they want to make the playoffs, the Yankees need prime Judge back. Unfortunately, he has not earned an upgrade in this game, and that is not going to change, as the Yankees are 2-5. The success of our team does matter in this video because one of our goals is to win the Yankees a World Series, but until Judge gets back to 99 overall, I am not allowed to improve them. Toronto is the perfect team for us to get on track against because they currently lead our division, and that was a meatball. I am really kicking myself for fouling that one off because even after improving our hitting ratings, we need all the help we can get, so we have to be very careful with a full count, but unfortunately that did not work. Judge has only reached base one time in the first 3 series of the year, and that is another loss for the New York Yankees. However, I will be shocked if we lose to the Marlins, but that might be our reality because we're down 5-2, and at least Aaron Judge earns an upgrade. That would be the only plus to losing to a team that's definitely had its struggles, and there's another hit. Judge is 2 for 2 right now and has a chance with 0 outs to drive in his first RBI, which he's gonna do even though he grounds out, as he's able to leg out the throw to first. Even though we lost, it was exactly what we needed because just like a mom at a casino, we're hitting the wheel, which comes through with +10 contact. It is definitely not a flashy upgrade, but I'll take anything early on because that boost alone gave us 2 more overall. The only challenge I'm focused on right now is getting Judge back up to 99 overall because even though he's slowly improving, his low ratings are really holding his team back just like they did here. This 6'7" beast cannot hit for any power, and here's his last chance to earn an upgrade against the Guardians, which is not gonna happen. We have not seen the Yankees win a single game, and they're 3-11 on the season. Part of this problem is that Aaron Judge has a 343 OPS, but also their starting rotation, which has been awesome in real life, is doing terribly. It does not help that we've been up against some pretty tough teams to begin the year, including 2 series against Toronto, and it's very frustrating. We're getting all the right pitches to hit. Aaron Judge watching it go outside the foul pole. His power rating is 10, but he almost went yard, so just imagine what he'll do when we get him back to 99. Almost hitting a home run does not get us an upgrade though, so we really need something to go our way, as this one was hit well, but unfortunately it's not gonna drop, and then we were pinch hit for. A Judge home run would have made all the difference, but instead he got to watch another Yankees loss from the bench as he keeps making good contact. This is starting to become the worst luck I've ever seen early on in a video, but now Aaron has a chance to redeem himself, but unfortunately it is not gonna happen. My biggest fear is Aaron Judge won't get to 99 overall before the end of the season, because based on the rules for this challenge, we would not be able to add any players during the off season, which would suck, so we really need to capitalize on the chance to earn a wheel spin against the A's, which we do. I am so relieved that we finally got another upgrade, and hopefully it can go into fielding because Aaron Judge just fumbled a very easy play. I cannot believe that happened because even I've made that play, and the only reason I was in the outfield at all was because my little league coach said no one ever hit it there. Maybe I need to do a 0 overall video with myself, but going back to this challenge, we just struck gold with +10 to all stats, which is by far our biggest boost yet. That is what New York needed to finally sweep a team, and as Judge gets better, the Yankees should become more competitive, but for now I'm just just hoping Judge's new upgrades can earn him more wheel spins, as this is hit well, but not well enough. We are still waiting for our first extra base hit because we have not taken advantage of any good pitches, so it's been way tougher than I've expected, especially out in the field, as our speed is still abysmal. Look at that, he's jumping for no reason, which helps Milwaukee win this game. Right now, we are not on pace to complete any of the 4 video challenges because Judge is only 21 overall after our first month. This is a big division series against Baltimore where we need to get Judge another upgrade because right now the Yankees are starting to get on a roll, and there's the base hit we were looking for. Judge got pulled from the game and we lost, but at this point I'm just glad we got a spin, and hopefully plus 20 to all hitting stats can help us earn more upgrades later. Judge is now 36 overall, and the Yankees have climbed to 3rd place in the East. Judge's contact ratings are now in the 50s, which should definitely help him, and it looks like it immediately will, as this pitch is smoked into center field and over the fence for our first home run. Not only was that our first dinger, but it was also our first extra base hit, so Aaron Judge is showing off his new upgrade, but now he has a chance to help the Yankees walk this off. He's on first with 0 outs, and Torres is going to advance him. So for the first time of the video, Aaron Judge has been the best player on the team today, but unfortunately, it is not as big of a deal if we do not win this game. Both runners got stranded, and now Judge flies out in the 11th, and the Tigers would go on to win it. At least our first homer with Judge earned a wheel spin, and I'm allowed to put these 50 points into whatever I want, but because he's been so slow, I'm going to put all of them into speed. That doesn't do much to raise his overall, but I think it will really pay off because we'll be able to leg out more singles and maybe even survive in the field. Aaron Judge is 40 overall after being the American League MVP frontrunner, but it really feels like we're getting into a rhythm with him as there's another base hit. We're testing out Aaron Judge's new speed upgrade by stealing a base, but that was not necessary, and instead it turns into a hit and run. Aaron gets in safely to 3rd base. We are getting clapped by the Astros, but Aaron is finally starting to look like himself again as he hit this one very hard at Altuve, who could not field it cleanly, and once again that speed is on display. Judge's second multi-hit game in a row earns us a wheel spin, but unfortunately the wheel didn't like us, and all I can say is at least our first no boost came at this point in the challenge, because I feel like we'll be able to earn one much faster now that our attributes are at least decent. Judge really struggled to reach base early on, so I'm glad he's finding a groove, as we are once again losing, this time to Tampa, but Judge gets another chance at an upgrade. Getting good hitting upgrades has been the key to his turnaround, as we are almost halfway there, and given where we started, a 270 batting average is actually really impressive. I don't know why this batter's eye is so bright, but I cannot see the ball, so thankfully the glare is gone on our next at-bat, and hopefully the rest of the game so we can do something. The bases are loaded in the 6th for Judge, and his ratings are still low, so he's fouling off pitches, which puts him behind in the count with 2 outs, so we have to be very careful, but my PCI was off on a slider right down the kisser. For the first time in a while, we might not earn an upgrade, but here's a big moment. Down 2 in the 9th, Duran blew it right by us. New York continues to lose games, and suddenly they're back in last place. Getting Aaron Judge back to 99 overall is the only way we're going to complete every challenge, because once we do that, we should be able to get him an MVP and start improving this team. His RBI against Chicago earned a wheel spin, and even though it's a plus 10 boost to his contact, he is no longer the organization's worst player. As I mentioned, my goal is to get Aaron Judge back to 99 overall before the end of this first season, and this is certainly gonna help, as funny enough, I think that was his first double of the video, and he's not done, adding another single. We are up 8-0, and I forgot that Matt Waldron was in the game, so I'm actually very curious if I can hit this knuckleball. How is that even possible? That pitch is literally tweaking more than a crackhead, so I keep fouling these off, and finally there's one to hit, but right to the center fielder. I'll give Aaron Judge a deal. If he hits this, he gets an extra wheel spin, and like many of you said on my last Portland Pickles video, that's the reason to use Matt Waldron. Once again, Aaron Judge not getting far enough. We've been slapping the Padres balls all day long in a blowout win though, as Aaron Judge adds another double, so we won 13-2, and Judge will earn another spin from the wheel. Plus 5 to all stats is a great upgrade that improves our fielding, and that was a very productive upgrade, getting us to 57 overall. New York is 25-31, and last time we checked, Judge's average was 270, but now it's down to 246 with a 597 OPS. As long as we keep hitting the ball hard, we'll keep getting on base, and lately, Aaron Judge has become an extra base hit machine, and this time is no different, as he has launched a no-doubt home run against Los Angeles. He knew that was going into the seats from the second it hit the barrel, so Judge has sparked this Yankee offense yet again, as that hard hit prevented a play at short, and he secured another multi-hit game. I have been playing one game a series, but Judge has secured a wheel spin in almost every single one, so at the end of May, we're very much on pace for the challenge, range, but I wish we got an upgrade that wasn't contact. Beggars can't be choosers though, and we're up to 60 overall, and even though that's still very low, his offense is very good, so I'm moving him up in the order. Our entire offense has really come alive recently, and at least some part of that has to do with Aaron Judge's improvement, as he started the season as the worst player in all of Major League Baseball and as his first triple. We started the season 4-16 or something crazy, so it feels good to be winning, but if we're gonna keep winning and complete these challenges, the wheel needs to be on our side. But for the second time of this video, we have come up empty, so we're going back to the drawing board, and that'll work. Down 2 with the bases loaded though, we have a chance to do something big, but unfortunately we blow it, and thankfully right now that doesn't hurt us, but later on when we're competing for MVP, RBIs are so important. Just like we've seen so much this year, we got blown out, but unlike many of those blowouts earlier in the year, we actually got a wheel spin, and I have to choose the right stat to make 99 because it can't be something that's already high like speed. So in this situation, I think I'm gonna choose fielding because it's gonna raise his overall a lot, as Judge is up to 66. Hopefully that boost helps him because in 2 months, he has 6 errors, and not to mention, on a completely different note, his OPS is a pretty unlucky number. Here's a big series against the Dodgers where the Yankees have to get out of last place, and it really feels like our offense is starting to wake up just as Aaron Judge is improving, as we already have 5 runs. So with plenty of time left in the year, I'm thinking the playoffs could be a possibility. Obviously, a lot has to change for that to happen, but Judge should be back to his normal self soon as long as the wheel doesn't do us dirty. Contact and power are definitely the most important stats for Judge to take advantage of if he wants to keep improving, as he went the other way with this one over the outfielder's head. There is another Yankees win, but I actually didn't realize our record was this bad, so unless some crazy miracle happens, I'm thinking we're aiming for the playoffs next season, because even if I was allowed to improve the team right now, we are so insanely broke. Hopefully the wheel keeps doing us favors, and this plus 20 fielding upgrade is what I've been waiting for because it also includes speed. That has shot Judge all the way up to 77 overall, and I'm no longer as worried about him being a sitting duck out in the field as that is caught at the wall. That is a huge missed opportunity as another pitch is left up in the zone, but unfortunately, once again, we do not take advantage and did not earn a wheel spin in this loss to the Red Sox. We are once again taking on the division leading Orioles, and that was not a good inside pitch to chase, but you know what? It almost worked, so we may as well keep hacking at whatever we want, and the bases are loaded. The Yankees need Judge to start a 9th inning rally, but it is not going to be easy. Going up against Cano, we swing on the first pitch we get, and Santander's unable to get it, so this could be an inside the park home run if it's not cut off fast enough, but it is, so we're going to pump the brakes at third, and they didn't show me the cutscene, but I guess we won. Judge helped them get a win against the division leaders, and his power stats have become pretty respectable. He is officially above 80 overall, and there's plenty of time for the Yankees to make a comeback. We are going up against one of the premier offenses in Major League Baseball, so we need to bring our A game, and Aaron Judge with a double is doing exactly that. That earns him another wheel spin, but I'm really looking for a signature win to boost our confidence, but unfortunately, we couldn't make it happen. We are staying in the Big Apple to take on the New York Mets, and unfortunately, Judge left 2 runners stranded, and that is very unfortunate because our offense got off to a fast start that we could not recover from. I just realized I forgot to spin the wheel from last game, and I'm very glad that I did because it's another fielding upgrade that maxes out our speed and shoots Aaron Judge up to 88 overall. He has improved very fast lately, and honestly, these quirks are a huge reason for that, since if you didn't know, they're pretty important in MLB The Show, especially in challenges like this. This is our last chance to gain an upgrade before the All-Star break, as Aaron Judge is going to capitalize, and in the 9th inning, New York has the lead over their division leaders, and Aaron Judge is only going to add to that with a home run into left field. That was a line drive shot that got so close to the foul pole, but in the end, it iced the victory. I'm curious where Judge is in All-Star voting, as our new upgrade is 1 stat equals 99, which is not as impressive now that our stats are pretty decent. It is still going to get Judge to 90 overall though, and as we all probably expected from someone who started at 0 overall, he is nowhere near the top of All-Star voting, coming in with 272k. At the break, New York is 43 and 55, but honestly, aside from Juan Soto, who's not even having his best season, the rest of our offense has really not been great. Add in a rotation that's pretty average after the top 2 guys, and it makes sense why we've lost so many games. We are starting the month of August with Aaron Judge very close to getting to 99 overall, and because he's already such a high overall, these upgrades should come easy, but we didn't earn one against Toronto. Thankfully, we still have a lot of opportunities, but we're facing off against Jacob deGrom, and Judge has not gotten a hit, but there's one left right over the middle. That was the pitch we're waiting for. He's gonna drive it deep into left center center field. After a bit of a slump, we earned a wheel spin, and the wait was worth it because this is a huge upgrade that has gotten Judge back to 99 overall. We have officially completed our first goal of the challenge, so now we need to win Judge an MVP and turn this Yankees team into a God Squad. I'm trying to sim to the end of the year, but the Yankees are actually winning, and suddenly they're in second for their division. I'm curious how long they can keep this up, because they're only 5 games from the wild card, but unfortunately they didn't make the playoffs. If we're going to become a God Squad, we need to extend Juan Soto, and I'm also going to sell on Garrett Cole before he starts regressing, flipping him for Bobby Miller. Then we're doing the same thing with Marcus Stroman, but this game really needs to fix its trade logic, because we should not be able to get Alex Kirilloff or Royce Lewis, let alone both of them. Getting rid of our bad contracts was all we needed to clear up some more of that New York money, but we are still not the #1 ranked team. However, this team is definitely gonna get better with some more time, and we all know that Aaron Judge is gonna carry them, as here's the beginning of his MVP campaign. We have a very good chance to complete a lot of challenges this season, and here we go. Aaron Judge's first home run of the year comes on opening day. Our new team is dominating Tampa Bay, and they just left another fastball right over the plate for Judge. I might have to start doing these challenges on Legend, but I'm very happy with 2 bombs in our first game. It is only the first week of the season, but the Yankees already look much better than last year, and obviously not having a 0 overall Aaron Judge makes a big difference, and there's that speed. However, we gave up 6 runs to the Mariners, and Judge has not gotten another hit since that double, which is usually fine, but not since we're trying to win him MVP. This was not a good game for us, and we would go on to get swept, so Aaron Judge needs to help his team rally against a good Diamondbacks team. Unfortunately, they got us with a very clean double play, but a Judge single started a 3-run rally, and he goes the other way with an RBI. This type of performance is exactly what we needed after getting swept, as Aaron had 4 hits and a win. We have to do more if we want to get into the MVP race, and here's a big chance with 2 runners on against the Padres, but we are far underneath that pitch. Stranding runners is the worst thing we can do, but thankfully in the 4th inning, we have another chance, but once again, it's the same result. Right now, Aaron Judge is not even the best performing player on his team, as he's hitting 261, and after a hitless performance, that's down to 247, but look at all this run support. I was expecting this to be an MVP campaign, but we're not even the MVP of our own team, but I guess there's no need to overreact because slow starts happen, and that is a very needed home run. Judge is only 3rd on the team for RBIs with 19, but at least the Yankees are 16-7 and have gone up to the 5th ranked team in baseball. It finally feels like we could be turning a corner with Aaron, as here's another double, and no matter what, I am testing this throw to second base, and lucky for us, it comes in offline. Shout out to this fan for picking a great fish name, and I really hope he's enjoying this 5-4 shootout, as this one's launched into center field, going all the way back to the wall, where unfortunately it's gonna be caught. That sounded very good coming off the bat, and we need as many home runs as we can get, but at least we held on to win this game. I am pleasantly surprised by how good our team is playing, as Judge is only in 7th for team OPS, so I'm wondering if one of our teammates could prevent us from winning MVP, as that was the weirdest single I'd ever seen. I never should have swung at this, but I'm very glad I did, because Judge's bat went flying and the ball frog hopped over Torkelson, which resulted in a very underwhelming single, but Judge is gonna more than make up for it with a solo home run. Now Judge can be the hero in a tied 9th inning game, but thankfully Juan Soto was able to win it. Judge has not delivered in enough clutch situations to be in the MVP race, and in the 1st inning against the Marlins, he drives in the 1st run. The nice part about using a 99 overall player is when we make contact, it's usually pretty good, and Judge put together another 2-hit performance. We're on pace to be the best team of all time, and looking at these offensive stats, it is no surprise, but finally Judge leads the team in OPS, and also has 14 home runs. He is heating up after a rough start, but him and Juan Soto are 1-2 for AL MVP, so I really hope that we're consistently just a little bit better than Juan Soto, because that would be extremely embarrassing. I have never played a challenge where our own player held us back simply by being too good, but as long as Aaron Judge keeps driving in clutch RBIs just like this one, I think we're gonna be okay. We're in extra innings, which only means that Judge gets another opportunity to drive in a run, which he fails to do, but at least he advances, which of course allowed Juan Soto of all people to walk it off. We are 30-9, which is crazy, and I just realized that I missed the big opportunity to add win 116 games to the challenge list, because that would have been fun. However, we lost that game to the Red Sox, so Judge needs to redeem himself, and this opposite field shot against the Orioles is a great start. That was the best way to start this game, but unfortunately, that would be our only run, as we're trailing by 3, but Aaron Judge hits another double, so even though he lost that game and the series to Baltimore, Judge has obviously gotten a lot of hits, but not that many 20 RBIs, which has allowed Soto to overtake him. And it's crazy to me that our biggest threat for completing this challenge is on our team, but now Aaron Judge is locked in. That was a great way for Judge and the Yankees to bounce back after a series loss, but I don't want to stop there, and now I'm making an aggressive move for Orlando Arcia. I knew it was a bit early to make a move, but we were starting to slip, and I wanted to stay on top, so hopefully we can get back on pace to being the best team of all time, as another Judge home run helps his MVP case. He's gonna chest bump Juan Soto even though they're competing, but I think deep down Juan Soto knows that there's no way he can keep up with Judge long term. At his current pace, there is no way that Aaron Judge doesn't overtake Juan Soto, and there is a deep blast into left. Soto still has more home runs and more RBIs, but the gap is closing fast. And if there's one complaint I have with our team, it feels like no one's ever on base when Judge actually hits a dinger. He tied Soto with his second home run of the day, but they were both solo shots. So just to see if it makes a difference, I'm gonna swap Judge and Soto in the lineup. After simming a few games, it looks like the plan is working, because I think our problem was that Judge was getting on base so much that it gave Juan Soto an extra RBI, so switching their places in the lineup should hold back Soto's RBI numbers. At the end of June, we're 53-31, but a new challenger has overtaken Judge for MVP. During that simulation, Judge's average dropped below 300, which caused him to drop below Mike Trout, but he's trying to earn his spot back. It is our last game before the All-Star break where Judge still trails Mike Trout, and even though I don't want to settle for singles, they really do not hurt, but obviously even if we hit 4 singles in a single game like we did here, we are not closing the gap on Trout. It has been a few games since Aaron Judge has hit an RBI, and even though he's going to have his second double of the game, that is not going to change. I am starting to feel like we're cursed, because no matter how hard we hit the ball, we can never score runners on base, but we can't afford to miss this opportunity with 2 guys on base, and while Judge flies out, it's a sacrifice fly. We are consistently getting closer to rank 1, because the young talent we trade for, like Royce Lewis and Bobby Miller, continues to develop, and I know a lot of you were probably confused when I traded Garrett Cole to the Dodgers, but he is already regressing so much. I'm gonna simulate a few series and see what happens, and sure enough, Judge is back in the lead to start September. This is the home stretch, as we have a chance to complete the remaining 3 challenges all in this season, and if Judge can hit just a few more home runs, he should have this on lock. He only has 1 hit in this game against Toronto, but make that 2 in the 11th, but at this current moment, Mike Trout has a 3 home run lead, so we really need to try to catch up to him. As a team, the Yankees have 100 wins, and now they're ranked 2nd, so if we're gonna complete all of the challenges this season, it's definitely gonna come down to the wire. Another homer is gonna do wonders for Judge, because that's the one stat that Mike Trout is beating him in, and he has a chance to add even more runs with a no-doubter into opposite field. He is so close to having this on lockdown with home run 47, and the only reason we're not in player lock view right now is because I accidentally entered this game with it on Juan Soto. I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the playoffs because I feel like we have this on lock, and as you can see, Aaron Judge did in fact win the MVP, but the Yankees won 105 games, and if you look in the top right, they're the #1 team. We took a huge risk in investing in a bunch of young talent because it was unknown if they'd reach their full potential, so now there's only one challenge left, and that is to win the World Series. For a second, I thought that Aaron Judge was starting the playoffs out with a bang, and even though we swung at a pitch way high in the zone, it's going the other way into the seats. We could be in trouble though, because we're down 1 in the 9th inning with the bases loaded, where Judge lines this through the infield to give us a very lucky win. We also won the next game, so the Astros are facing elimination, but it looks like they're not going to make this easy for us, as the game is tied, but Judge just went deep to straightaway center field. We're the best team in baseball, but it doesn't help that we have the league MVP on our side, as Judge goes the other way for his 2nd home run in a row. Aaron Judge single-handedly sent the Yankees to the ALCS, where we're going up against the Minnesota Twins. We've played the Twins a lot this season and definitely had our number, and this series is starting the same way the last one did. Judge missed out on another home run, but at least he's gonna make up for it with a double, which would help the Yankees go up by 1 run as Judge flies out deep to center. Juan Soto has homered twice in this game, so Aaron Judge wanted in on the action, and this one's going over the fence. I thought that iced the game, but Minnesota came out of nowhere to win it, so it seems we're in a bit of trouble, but we rebound, and we're even able to take the series lead as Judge gets off to a good start. We've had the #1 scoring offense in baseball this year, so it's no surprise our run support is great, but once again, just like in game #1, Minnesota came out of nowhere to take the lead, but Aaron Judge is going to get 1 run back with an RBI triple. Game 4 keeps going back and forth as we have the lead, and in the top of the 9th inning, it is 9-7. However, the game did not give us a cutscene, but we blew this game, so this is shaping up to be an insane series as Judge is going to make it 3-0, but it is very clear that Minnesota will not go away, cutting this to a one-run game as Judge doubles. Just like on his first RBI, Judge has runners at the corners and delivers once again, and this time there was no magic from the Twins. One more win sends us to the World Series, and there it is. So the Cardinals are the last obstacle in the way of us completing this challenge, but they're up 4-0. St. Louis is definitely the underdog, and we underestimated them, so we desperately need to rebound in game number 1 as we're already up 1-0 and make that 2. Our offense picked a great time to wake up against Sonny Gray, and with 2 runners on, Judge has a chance to add even more runs, which he's going to do with a deep shot into left field. Here's the performance that I expected from the best team in baseball as we tied the series right back up. This is a good team, but I think we're going to be too much for them, especially since we've won 2 games in a row, but this one's close, and in a 2-2 tie, I'm getting intentionally walked. That ended up being a very smart move because now we're in extra innings where Aaron Judge hit one very hard off the bat that's going to score the go-ahead run. However, once again, this Cardinals team tied the game, but the Yankees took the lead right back and won their 3rd game in a row. We have a chance to complete our final challenge in this game, and even though Judge flew out, his team had his back, putting us up 2-0. Then Aaron Judge barely needed to do anything in this game because the offense we built was absolutely electric and won us the World Series and completed the challenge. I reset Aaron Judge all the way to 0 overall before getting him back up to 99 overall and turning the Yankees into a God squad. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe, and if you like my content, the best thing you can do to support me is click right here to keep watching more.